10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we do our computer pick shows before that. And, of course, the way the computer pick show is, we take 2 picks from Spread Knowledge software that are rated A or B, and then we just give them out on the show, and then we compile a record, and this is our record. Coming off a 2-0 day yesterday, gave out the Miami Hurricanes and the under in the Boston College-Texas State game. And, of course, if you had Spread Knowledge and you did do the trial yesterday, they gave out Kansas State on the money line at plus 1,500. It doesn't get any better than that. It was a doggy day, and I tell you, Spread Knowledge was all over those dogs in college football yesterday. You know, the week before it had been super chalky. I talked to Charles. I'm like, I think something's wrong with your software. And he looked into it, and he's like, I just got to make in a couple adjustments here because, it's a new season. And he did, and woo! Payoff city on the big dogs on that Kansas State, man. How about that? Plus, you saw he had Miami and he had that under in BC that we gave out on the show. Got a couple of dogs for you today on Spread Knowledge as well. Charles is dialed in on the dog. So, of course, Spread Knowledge, they use 4,000 data points. They examine the game from top to bottom. And then they come out with a rating system, A through F. A is the best picks. B are bettable. C, you're starting to get into that, the grades that I got in school, right? So it's like, they're okay, right? It's like, we'll let you, they're good enough to pass, but they're not like, I wouldn't bet on it, So it's A through F rating. We give out 2 picks per day. Anyways, let's get to these picks. Changing the way that we're displaying the picks on here because you guys asked me to. You said you like them bigger like this. So the first pick is going to be Washington football team plus 275 against Cleveland Browns. All the value here is on Washington. This makes a lot of sense to me. I like this pick a lot. I did not give it out as a premium pick, but Washington is a team I've been on all week. I've been totally dialed in on them too. So I agree with this pick. I don't always agree with the Spread Knowledge picks, and the other pick on the show I don't agree with. I'll tell you that much. But this one, I love this one because you have that sick pass rush against Baker Mayfield. It makes total sense to me. But, of course, we're just doing the Spread Knowledge picks here, and we'll have our regular show at 10:30 a.m. We got Bittler, we got Ruffalo, Sawacki, and a little bit of Jeter as well. So, anyways, Jeter is probably going to be giddy over that Tennessee win, but, he's Jeter. Anyways, Washington football team, money line is the first pick. But then we go to our second pick of today's show. Is going to be the Dallas Cowboys plus the points against Seattle. I'm telling you, this is an avoid game for me. It's an avoid. I really like Seattle in this game. I think they're going to win the game. I don't like the points, and so I could see Spread Knowledge liking Dallas with the points. It makes some sense to me, but I don't love it, because we know they're the Dallas Cowboys still. They're still just bumbling, and Seattle we know is super tough. But of course, this is live. Is this live? Yes, it is. We do a live computer pick show, and then we do our regular live show every day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But anyways, the picks today for Spread Knowledge are the Washington football team and the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, you can get a trial for Spread Knowledge. It's $5 for 3 days. So tomorrow's a light day in sports, but then Tuesday you got the Major League Baseball playoffs starting. So we do this show. Then we do our regular live show at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I got the Puck Dogs, Rod Zawacki, Chris Ruffalo. I got Brian Bittler. And, of course, the king of the oval, Mr. Left Turn, Jeff Jeter. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a little bit. These are our computer picks. I don't think we'll be doing a computer pick show tomorrow because I think it's a light schedule. So I'll see you guys with the computer pick show on Tuesday. But anyways, I'll see you guys in just a few minutes with Bittler and the Puck Dogs. Enjoy the Spread Knowledge. Be sure to click on the link in the description. Use that coupon code Mitch. Get 10% off. This is the original free pick site. Other people did free picks before, but we were the first ones to do every game every single day. Now everybody does it. It's like that Campbell game yesterday. Nobody had that, before we started covering games like that. But it's okay, Imitation, the better form of flattery, as they say. But, we still do it better than you, so we don't care. But of course, anyways, I got Rod Zawacki with us today, along with Chris Ruffalo and Brian Bittler. We're going to cover the NFL schedule. Of course, we got Jeter here from the shadows of Bristol Motor Speedway. He's still a little giddy about that Tennessee win and cover it at Columbia yesterday. And, we've got Major League Baseball. The last day of the Major League Baseball regular season is today, and it's going to be the best one ever. We got NBA playoffs as well, and the NHL Stanley Cup Final. The beat goes on. The Stars said, hey, Tampa Bay Lightning, you can go suck it. And speaking of sucking it, let me bring in the guys. Brian, always a great morning when you wake up, and I am in a good mood today, and people are going to be like, why are you in such a good mood? When you wake up, you go to your favorite online sportsbook, and I have tons of online sportsbook accounts, but I went to the one that I bet a lot in yesterday, and they reduced my maximum play. That's always a really good sign. It's like when you go to your online sportsbook and you go to put in some NFL wagers, and they reduce the maximum that you're allowed to bet per game, that means you absolutely cracked. And I think we cracked them yesterday. I admit it. Throughout the day, I kind of marinated on it, and I was like, North Carolina State hasn't lost a road game by less than 50 points in years. It's like they're gonna get slaughtered. It's like, yep, I did. I pushed it almost all in on that game, at least at that one sports book, and now they say, well, if you want to bet more than $5,000, you got to go somewhere else. So, Brian, what do you got cooking today? How did yesterday go? I know you hit your SEC game of the whole month of September yesterday with Mississippi State. I was with you on that one. I thought that was the easy one. I didn't know they were going to win outright, but I thought it was definitely in the SEC the strongest play of the day.
I didn't know they'd win outright either. I just thought it'd be a nice, close, tight game. So.
Yeah, it just goes to show it's so hard to reload. What do you got on tap for today? You got your NFL game of September 16th through 27th.
I'll tell you what, if you like making money, and we all do, I think this is the best card as far as making money the NFL has had in quite some time. Yesterday,
in 3 weeks,
day, 3-2 yesterday, 23-12 over the last 8 days. 6 of the last 8 have been winning days. 66% clip today. Start off your day with a wake and win in the NFL for $30, and then finish it off with my NFL late games golden ticket. You get 3 games for $50. Check it out. I'm in tune in the NFL today.
That was a lot of data. Anyways, Chris, what do you got going on today? NFL Sunday, always a big day in the world of sports. Plus, it's the last day of Major League Baseball season. I have not put in any Major League Baseball picks for today. I don't even, it's so hard to tell because the teams that that have something that don't, well, nobody really has anything to play for. So a lot of these teams are going with bullpen games. It's very, very hard to handicap.
Yeah, it is. Like you said, NFL today. I hold NFL very near and dear to my heart, considering that NFL was what got me started on sports chat plays and pick dogs, and it's one of my favorite times of the year is football season. And I gotta say, of all the cards I think I've done in 4 years here, this was the one that I was able to zone in on the most. I love everything I'm seeing today. I'm gonna have a package of 5 of my top plays for the 1 o'clock slate, 3 for the 4 o'clock slate, as well as the Sunday night bailout. Also have a complete coverage to get you through 1 in the 4:25 games, as well as some NBA and MLB today as well over at the website.
10% off. We don't have 10% off. That's on Spread Knowledge. You get 10% off. But anyways, Rod, Tampa Bay Lightning had it. They had the cup in their grasp, and they can go suck it. They let the Dallas Stars off the hook, and I'll tell you what, man, the elation from Dallas when they scored the tying goal, you knew they were going to win, right? It was like, It's like when you hit that goal and the whole team's going nuts and the coach is just sitting there like, we got your ass. We got you. He didn't even move. He didn't even flinch. He was just like, we got you. You're ours. Yeah. You're ours. It was beautiful. It was a thing of beauty. But I know yesterday you had a monster day. What do you got on store for today?
Yeah, we had a monster 6-2 day yesterday.
That's 75% in his last 8 plays.
Yep, killing it.
I was just mocking any opportunity to mock Bitler. I'm going to take. Go ahead.
Today I got touchdown Sunday. 5 NFL plays, 1 NBA play, 1 MLB. Love today's card. Another massive winning day coming. Don't miss out on today, like I already missed out yesterday.
All right.
Huge day coming.
Huge day coming from Rod Zawacki. And I have just right now, I put in my NFL early 3-pack for the early games. I put in an NFL 3-pack for the afternoon games. The lines were were really moving. So I like to put my picks in as close to the line. Like there was one of the picks where there was like one that was like a half a point and it was off of a key number. I made sure I gave the one that's most common out there. So it's like I was afraid of some of the moving lines, and I think that tonight's game is going to have a moving line on that Saints-Packers, so I haven't put that pick in yet. And I also didn't put one in an NBA. I gave out NBA yesterday. I took the Lakers in that one. It was a late pick just for premium members, just for longer-term members only got that pick, and people that had bought my NBA package. I took a while on it because you guys know I hadn't taken the Lakers much, all season, let alone.
You caught me off guard with that one, Mitch.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Well, that's what I do. That's why I'm number one. That's why I'm the top. That's why I'm number one.
About it.
It's like, everyone zigs, I'm zagging. I'm zagging.
I thought for sure you had the Nuggets yesterday. For sure. No,
I do have a set of Nuggets, but not the Denver Nuggets yesterday. I thought they were done. I thought that I think that Jamal Murray at the end of the prior game, to me, the push heard around the world, I thought Jamal Murray looked done at the end of that game. I just thought
he gave it everything he had.
He left it all right. I'm not saying like he's done, like he was terrible and anything like that. I'm just saying this guy was physically empty. He had given everything he had to get the team to that point, and this isn't the last we'll ever hear of the Denver Nuggets. I'll tell you that much. This is a very, very good team. Yeah, that's why I struggled with it yesterday, because I really wanted to take the Nuggets, and I was rooting for the Nuggets, right? So it makes, when you're rooting for a team, it makes it really hard to take the other team. And then at a certain point, you have to just say, you know what? This is what I do for a living, and sometimes it's not fun, and sometimes it's not going to be fun. And sometimes you're not gonna be able to root for your bet, and it's just what you have to do. And I did that in yesterday's NBA game, and I've done it a bunch of times. And people will say, "Oh, you like this team, you hate this team." No. When it comes to my bets, I take the Cubs, I'll take the Red Sox, I do whatever. I don't care, man. It's like, this is what I do for a living. I got to pay for all this shit somehow, right? So, that's how it works. But like I said, one of my sports books reduced my maximum bet after yesterday's Virginia Tech game. It's like, you're never going to do that to us again. That was, I don't know. At a certain point, I know Brian's a numbers guy, and I think, I'm not saying.
We disagreed on the last 2 games.
Yeah, but I'm just, and it's like, I understand your logic with the moving number, because you got me on 2, and I got you on 2. Right, and that's we disagreed on, I think, 4 games yesterday, and he got me. It was 2-2. He got me on Bama, and he got me on ECU with one of the worst beats. I yelled the something sucker word about as loud as you could possibly yell it when that happened in that game, and I can only imagine the elation on the other side. But Brian got me on that one, and then he also got me on Missouri, and he just said there's way too many people on Alabama, and I think
that was the only reason I.
Yeah, I know, but also, when you have the other 2 games, right? And I don't understand. I can understand your reasoning in the Bama game. The ECU game, it's just a lot of points, and it was exactly what you said it was gonna happen. I could see them scoring a late garbage touchdown. You said it right on the show. You said I could see them scoring a late garbage touchdown, and that's exactly what happened. But
and Bama's famous for going halftime and coming out with their second team.
But what do you do, like when you're a numbers guy and when you're primarily looking at numbers, line moves, and things like that, and public thing, and you see a team like NC State, who hasn't been on a road game within 40 points in years. I mean, literally years since they've been within 40 points of their opponent on the road. And here you see a line at less than a touchdown. At what point do you just say, these guys have to prove it to me on the road, because Virginia Tech's got this running back that transferred in from Kansas, and he's going to have a big day against that defense, right? We knew that was going to happen. So you had to think that maybe NC State was going to put up a lot of points. Or are you just purely going on the number and just ignoring,
I had V-Tech written down at the beginning, how I start my week out, write all my stuff down. I had V-Tech written down. But as Saturday came closer, I changed
that happened
my
to me
mind.
with Baylor. I didn't give it out as a premium pick. I switched it to Bama, and I paid the price. Chris, we talked a lot about, in our sports chat videos. I know I talked you off the ledge on Troy, and when I said that BYU is usually the thing about being an independent school or playing in the Mountain West, and you have, a lot of players from Polynesian descent on your line. You're just going to be bigger than everybody else. But when you go against the Sun Belt and you go against the MAC and teams like that, they weren't really twice the size of Troy. They were maybe 3 times the size of Troy. I mean, it was when you saw, like, when they went for it on 4th and inches, like, to start the game, Troy, and you knew that they were in trouble, right? It's like, you're going for it.
When I didn't make that, I knew I was.
Well, no. The fact that they even went for it there, the fact they even went for it, they knew they were in big trouble when they walked out onto that field. You take the field goal when it's 0-0 game, you gotta take the field goal, at the beginning of the game, get on the board and take the lead, right? It's like,
Yep.
I mean, you knew that when they went for that, they were like, we need every point we're going to get, because we're going to get run over. And, I mean, it was a physical, BYU, that's what we always have to remember. They're going to be twice the size of it, because they don't play in one of the 5 major conferences, because the Big 12 would never let them in. And, they don't play in one of the 5 major conferences, and the Pac-12 might let them in at some point. But they don't play in one of the 5 major conferences, so they don't play against the 5 major they play against the 5 major conference teams, but not as much as as some of the other guys. So it's like you see a lot of this size differential. We saw it against Navy in the opener, and we saw it in this one. It was just ugliness. But anyways, we'll move on to next week. Thank you for the super chat. And let's get on to today's schedule. I love college football. You guys know we could do a whole college football recap show. We're 15 minutes in. We haven't even given an NFL pick. We got the Washington football team up against the Cleveland Browns. Spread Knowledge took the Washington football team on the money line in this one. I think I'm going to put money line and points for me on Washington football team in this one against Cleveland. I just love that pass rush against Baker Mayfield. I just think that is the biggest mismatch in this game. NFL is a game of matchups, and the matchup here is that Washington football team pass rush against, a quarterback that likes to hold on to the ball just a minute or two too long on each play. What do you think, Brian?
These are one of the 2 games that I didn't see clearly. Nothing showed up to me. I had Washington written down, but I think Cleveland's gonna take it to Washington here. I don't know. It's not a game I'm rushing to bet, though.
Me neither. I'm not rushing to bet it because I already put something in on it, but it's like, but less than that online sportsbook would let me. I had to split it out. Chris.
Yeah, it's a game that I'm going to have to run and bet. I just don't want to trip over anybody on the way there. The Cleveland Browns are not a team I'm looking to lay a touchdown with. And, I think this Washington football team is going to start getting on the rise, especially with Dwayne Haskins. You can see him starting to improve game by game. I'll take Washington in the points.
How about you, Rod?
Yeah, I don't trust this Browns team. No thanks. Give me Washington in the points.
Canes. Canes. Got Clemson in 2 weeks. Got the Raiders and the Patriots. I think Lashley's going to be gone. I think he's a one and done as our offensive coordinator. But what a fun year it's going to be. That Clemson game, I don't have my hopes up on that. What do you think the line is on that Miami Clemson game, Brian? 25.
I would say Clemson minus 13.5.
I'm going to say 18.5 to 25.5. Patriots Raiders.
17.5.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I like that.
I'm going to stick it on 17.5. I'll look for it in the meantime.
I think it's going to be 18.5 to 25.5. You got New England against Oakland or Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Raiders. Mitch said Oakland. He doesn't know anything. Brian, what do you think?
I'll tell you
he
what.
Doesn't even know where they play.
Out to the East Coast playing at 1 o'clock, but they don't seem to be getting much respect for a 2-0 team. And I'll take the points with the Raiders here. I think they Patriots win by 3. Raiders cover.
Steve Priest is reading the newspaper for us. Thank you. It's like I know there are Hurricane fans that are as big of fans as I am, but there are none bigger. So you don't have to tell me about the Miami Hurricanes. Like that's for damn sure. I was the one screaming like an idiot when everyone else was on UAB in the opener. Chris?
And I still think New England covers here. I think cross-country road trip for the Raiders after such a high-profile win against a perennial playoff team and the Saints at home to open their new stadium. I think New England shuts it down here. Give me New England laying the points.
Rod?
For me in this one, I'm going to take the over 47. I think we can get over that number.
The morning premium was 1-1-1. It's not that rough. I mean, if 1-1-1 is rough, we got backdoored on East Carolina, but we had the push on Pitt, but we had the other game was a winner. So who was it? I don't even remember. It was 1-1-1 in the early games. I can't even remember who it was. What were the early games?
Auburn. You probably had Auburn.
No, I didn't have Auburn. I traded Auburn out for that stupid push.
Kentucky looked so good, and that.
Who was the other early game? Who did I have? It was I can't remember.
I looked at your picks. I don't remember either.
I had Pitt. That was a push.
That was the push.
I gotta go back.
Not Louisiana.
Nope.
Army.
No. Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. Nope. No. Did not have Georgia Tech.
West Virginia.
Nope.
It's gonna be like the first one to get a star sticker on their forehead.
Oh, the over. Kansas State, Oklahoma over 61. It's a Big 12 game. Can't help myself. I don't like to give a lot of totals, but you give me a 61 in a Big 12 game, I'm only human. I also like the Patriots in this game. I don't like the short week for Las Vegas. I don't like them going west. I don't like the public, watching them on Monday night being successful. I don't like anything about it. I don't like the one dimension of the offense going to the one guy. Bad news against a Belichick team. This is just a bad news for the Raiders. Anyways. Chris, I'm surprised you didn't call me out on that Oklahoma Kansas State over. Anyways.
Don't look back. Don't pat myself on the back or anything.
Texans 0-2 against the Steelers 2-0. 56% on the Steelers, and the line has dropped 2 full ones. Brian?
Well, I think this is one of the best free picks I'm going to give out. I love the Texans today. Yeah, they're 0-2, but they lost to the Ravens and the Chiefs. O'Brien's job's on the line. Give me the Texans plus the points, but I think they win outright.
You think O'Brien's job is on the line?
It has to be. God, how many more losses? I don't know. Texans never seem to do anything.
Oh, frickin' UTEP, man. Remind me to
UTEP.
never. I've taken Louisiana Monroe 3 weeks in a row. I'm never taking them ever again. I hate their guts.
We should have known the way we were talking about ULM.
Have we relegated ULM to the FCS yet?
It was like, I don't know. It's like Dave Portnoy from Barstool had a funny video that he did yesterday. And it wasn't that funny because he obviously bet the in game. I didn't really understand that part of it, but I guess he bet the in game on Texas Tech. Maybe something with it. And he ended up losing. And he's like, I counted my chickens. And he goes, I know they say you should never do it. He's like, but I counted my chickens. He said, they say you should never count your chickens. I counted my chickens. I counted my chickens. It's like, Chris, what do you think?
Oh man.
Steelers.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with
I didn't ask you.
I
I didn't ask you to help me paint the bathroom or move a couch. It's like I'm just asked for Texans Steelers here.
This is worse. No, I'll take the Texans as well as Steelers. Yeah, they're 2-0, but the 2 wins came against teams that are combined 0-4 right now. So I think Steel sharpens Steel. I think the Texans make this one close.
God, everyone's just beating me up on Moreau. Yeah, but the thing is that so here's this guy calling me out for saying that I was reading the newspaper. Yeah, but everybody else gave out their picks before the game. See, that's the difference. That you had a great day. Congratulations. But everybody else, like in our Facebook group and us and in the comments here, we all gave out our picks before the games were played, not after. The game before. I had Monroe. I had BYU. I had whatever. I lost on Monroe. I got hammered on it. People are acting like that's the only pick I gave. Not true.
I had LSU. It was my only one loss.
When Brian and I agree, I would step to the side. is what I would say.
I tell you what, fade UTEP next week. So that's my little advice after a win like that.
I gave out Texas Tech on the show with the points. For sure, I did. Someone said I went 1-7 on my picks on the show, which is impossible.
Yeah, Texas Tech, in-state game. Yeah, I remember lots of people taking points. I know I took the Texas Tech points.
Rod, did you give a pick here? It's the Texans and the Steelers.
I'm going to take the Steelers here. Give me the Steelers to cover this low number.
I think this is one of those games where you see a ton of field goals. Under.
It just came down again. You can get -3.5 if you'd like.
Yep.
It's moving down.
Yep, with big public money on the Steelers. We got the Vikings against the Titans. This is one of those games. The line has moved on small. It's pretty much the money is not like really skewed one way, but the line moved big in this thing. Brian, I think the Vikings just look like they're missing Diggs in a big way. I mean, he was kind of Cousins' security blanket, and without him, they're just not the same offense.
I think both teams struggle to score points here. I'm going to lean towards the under. Also, I see a lot of rushing the ball going on here, so give me the under.
I think the 2.5 is a lot more attractive than a 3 would be here, if you're betting this game.
Yeah, 3 worries me when the line goes from 2.5 to 3.
Right.
Right now I'm thinking, can I get more money on the Texans? Because when he mentioned that 3.5, it just makes me like Texans more.
Yep. I will say this, Jay. I agree with you. Florida State, as much as people are saying how great Miami looked, Florida State is horrible.
They're pathetic.
And no one's enjoying that more than me and my friends.
So, they get athletes there, and they just can't play. I don't get it.
No, I mean, yeah. Well, you have a new coach, so when you have a new coach, sometimes they have to break it down and build it back up. Chris.
Yeah, I like. Sorry. I like the Titans in this spot. I think the Vikings are in trouble here. They're in a world of hurt without Stephon Diggs, and I don't want to see a Vikings team that's one-dimensional, leaning on Dalvin Cook to do everything, and occasionally throwing to Adam Thielen. And I don't trust Kirk Cousins as far as I can throw him. So give me the Titans here.
Clyde's not liking the pace. Rod doesn't like.
We need to go rapid fire.
He doesn't like your pace. It's my pace. I'm setting the pace, I think, but I don't think he likes our pace. Well, I'll tell you, my best bets are over at the premium area. It's $30. It's basically $10 a pick. My NFL is 70% this year, 66% or something. So, I don't know. You're gonna get better picks there. $10 each. Rod, did you give a pick here? Cut you off again.
No, for me in this one, I'm gonna take the Vikings. Give me the Vikings money line. I think they beat the Titans here at home. I also like the under. Give me the Titans or Vikings at home and the under.
Steve's leaving to go see Jimmy the Bag. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. I'm going to see Jimmy. If you guys, Mitch was mean to me. Anyways, Mitch said that I should give out my picks before the game because anytime if I could just sit here and talk about the games I won, that would be awesome, man. And
well, he gets there. Ask Jimmy if he likes the same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
He likes them. He likes them before the game over there too.
I'm sure he does. I know Jimmy, and I'm sure he likes them before the game too. Got I don't know. I think, like I said, at 2.5, I'm good. At 3, I would not be as good. We got the Falcons against the Bears. We got another one. So this is a line that's moved through a key number, Brian. 3.5 is long gone. I saw 3.5 out there last night, but it was such an outlier. It was like I don't have an account at that place, so I couldn't get it anywhere. But it was the Bears are now plus 2.5 against the Falcons. Nobody's on the Bears. Nobody's on the Bears.
It's crazy how no respect the Bears get. They don't get any, even when they're 2. I mean, yeah, Trubisky stinks, but that defense. Falcons defense has been maligned for a couple of weeks here. I'm going to go with the under. I think it's a game the Falcons must have, and I'm going to go under the total here.
Chris? The Bears.
Yeah, the Bears, they have a solid defense, but they almost let the Giants beat them on the last play of the game last week, and Atlanta's played a couple of tough defenses already. Well, a couple of tough teams. I don't know about defenses. They played Seattle and they played Dallas. I think Atlanta's offense compared to Chicago's.
They're the pride and joy of Illinois.
Give me the Falcons here.
I love that when I lived in Chicago. The Chicago Bears song. They're the pride and joy of Illinois.
I think this line speaks to you.
Chicago Bears. Rod, is the line telling us everything we need to know? Or have the Falcons figured out that if the football's on the ground, maybe you should pick it up?
No, we'll just watch it spin by. But they got paid extra money to watch it go. I'll take the Bears here. Give me the Bears.
Bears 428. Atlanta Falcons -6. Got the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Bungles. This one is really interesting. The reason why I think it's interesting, I don't have a premium on this or anything, but is that I actually like the Eagles here. And I think that the public is way too high on Joe Burrow. Way too high. He's good. He's going to be good. He's got no help whatsoever. He's got A.J. Green, who's at the tail end of his career at this point. But A.J. Green's all he has. Mixon is okay. He's not certainly not the second coming of Barry Sanders, really even, he doesn't really even rank up there on all-time Oklahoma running backs or anything. He's kind of just there. I don't know, man. I've been against the Eagles every single game for, I think, the last 2 years. But today's my day. Back-to-back road games for a rookie quarterback. I like the Eagles by double digits. Brian, how about you?
I started off the week, I wrote down the Eagles. Then later on in the week, I switched to the Bengals. And now today, I'm back. I think I'm back on the Eagles. Just too much love for the Bengals on the road with a rookie quarterback.
Back-to-back road games. Back-to-back road.
$50 on the Eagles today. Nothing that I'm just dying to bet, though.
My sports book will take that action.
That's my, like, I'm
that they'll take. It's like you can just see them sitting around, Costa Rica. It's like, this Mitch is he's live betting again. It's like, go ahead, Chris.
Oh man, I'll lean towards the under here. I don't see this being a high scoring game. And I'll lean towards the Bengals as well, but that's like, I'd stay away from that. I'd take the under though. That was. It's not loud. It's not loud enough.
Rod, that was a lean to the Bengals.
That was a lean to the Bengals.
Yeah.
I'm going to lean all the way over and ride the Eagle in for a winner here. Give me the Eagles here. This Bengals has a couple injuries on D, and I think the Eagles run over them today. Give me the Eagles.
I think the better games are at 4 o'clock today in that time slot.
Ouch.
Just what I'm looking at.
Chris, what was your pick in the Bears game?
The Falcons laying the points.
Falcons laying the points. Got the Buffalo Bills against the Rams. I think this is the toughest game on the card. I think this is the toughest game out there. I could easily see this one going either way. I have a slight edge here. My numbers give a slight edge to the Rams, but not slight enough that I'm willing to call my book and see if they'll remove the maximum on my line on my bets that they put on. Who does that? It's like, don't you want a chance to win it back? We'll go double or nothing. It's like, this is how I won my first set of like really nice golf clubs, like 35 years ago, playing dollar skins. How about double or nothing? It's like, okay, all right, we're up to $380 here. You're gonna have to give me your clubs, just basically, if you don't have the money. Brian, what do you think here, Bills and Rams?
Boy, I think this is a coin flip game. The Rams, another game on the East Coast, back-to-back. Bills are a good team at home. I'll lean to the Bills, but it's just a slight lead.
All right, Clyde, I'm doing a user request just for you today. What game do you want to hear? Tell me the game. Well, you got to put your picks in. Tell me the game you want to hear, and we'll cut through all the crap. We'll go right to that game. We'll just do a rapid fire quick. We'll come back to it later. How about that? Because we like you. Miami might beat Clemson. No, they're not. No, they're not. Nah, I don't think so. Anyways, Chris, I know the Bills are like the official team of Toronto.
Yeah, that may be the case, but I'm still going to go with the Rams here. I think in a coin flip game, I want to be where the money line value is, and I'll take the Rams on the money line.
Rod,
I'm gonna go the other way. Give me the Buffalo Bills here. They're at home. How could you not? Give me the Bills. I like the Rams earlier in the week. Not anymore. Give me the Bills. It's gonna be a nice windy day in Buffalo, and just the way Buffalo likes it.
All right. I'm struggling with this one. I've gone back and forth. Gone back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth. I think it's an under. All right, here's more words. I took the Eagles today. Well, I'm going to take the Giants, too, against the 49ers. I'm going to take those 3.5 points. I don't think they win the game, but that 3.5 points sure looks attractive. Even with Daniel Jones, the Niners are so bad. I mean, just another egomaniac, hideous coach. You know, let's call him what he is, okay? Terrible. I think the organization has run amok. You know, from a Super Bowl appearance, now they're done, right, for the season. So they might as well cut bait and, either bring somebody in. It's kind of like an opportunity. They have an opportunity here, right, to somebody who's got, a quarterback that might have some potential. Let him play, and then maybe you catch lightning in a bottle. Not saying bring in Rosen or something, but I'm saying get something, right? What do you think here, Brian, with the Giants and the 49ers? I think, when you go with a backup quarterback like the Niners have, you're so arrogant, man. It's like you can't win. It's like if you can win with this guy, well, it's just a testament to all the other players on your team. But you're not going to cover 3.5 points on the road with this guy. No way. Not even against Daniel Jones. Because you don't have your two best pass rushers.
I locked in earlier in the week on the Giants, and there's no reason for me to switch my mind up here. I think this is one of their rare chances to win a game.
I think so, too.
The line looked funny to me all week, so I'm on the Giants today.
Yeah, I'm on the Giants as well. I just think that litany of injuries for the Niners is going to come back to bite them today. And Giants, like I said earlier, they had a chance to beat the Chicago Bears in the last play of the game last week. I think they're showing some signs of life. So give me the Giants here.
Because they're the pride and joy of LA. Rod?
I'll take the under 42.5. See a whole lot of scoring happening in this game today. And I would actually lean to the 49ers. I'm not laying any money. I'm not putting my money on no Giants team. Ugh, horrible. No, thank you. The world's on the Giants. No, thanks.
Double-digit line is a big thing in the NFL. We got one here in India, and the Colts are 1-1. They haven't been anything special, but just tells you. I mean, what you have here is the number 1 pass defense in the NFL, the number 5 rush defense against really the worst offensive line probably of the last 20 years in the entire NFL. In Gase, 12 points it's up to now. I thought 11 was big. It's a 12.
No, it's 12.5. Yeah.
It's we're heading towards the Baker's dozen because this is a late game, Brian. What do you think?
I think it's the worst game on the card, the worst game to bet. But if I had to, I would take the Colts. The Jets are just horrible.
You don't think that Niners-Giants game is just going to be just really the blooper reel for the season? You don't think is going to be enhanced, we got a lot of material to work with, in that Giants?
No, I think this Colts will be like a 42-3 game, and maybe the Giants and Niners will be close and entertaining.
The Giants don't have to win. We're getting 3.5. We're getting the hook. I don't know if they win.
That's true.
Looks taking that hook away. It's weird.
We'll see. I think the Colts cover this one, but it's my least favorite game in the entire card, so take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, 11.5. That was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Chris, did we skip you on that thing?
No, I'm going to take the Colts. I want nothing to do with the Jets right now, especially if they couldn't do anything against the Niners after everybody went down last week. So give me the Colts.
But at least they were home. That makes it worse. That actually makes it worse. That's the whole. That was the joke. It actually makes it worse. Rod, did we get to you on this one? Colts, Jets.
I like the over. Give me the over. I can't do it. I can't lay with the Jets. Ugh. Give me the over. I think they get over this low number.
Chargers, Panthers. I don't think we've seen the best of Matt Rule, and I don't think we're going to see it this season. I'm kind of starting to think that maybe there's some issues. But Anthony Lynn, worst coaching. I mean, as bad as I criticize Gase and everybody else, Lynn's decision to punt in overtime against the Chiefs was just inexplicable. What are you playing for? I mean, if it's 8 minutes now, the overtime, even if you stop them, you're not gonna have any time to do anything. I don't even understand. I don't get it.
Yeah, it might be the dumbest call of the year.
Yeah, and you're not hearing much about it. At least, well, I don't watch those shows, so I don't know if anyone else said anything. But I'm saying something. There it is, 6.5 against the Panthers. Seems a little obvious.
I'll tell you what, the two free picks I loved was the Texans early and the Panthers here. Everybody was against the Chargers last week. Now they're on them because they're playing the crappy Panthers. I don't care that McCarthy's not playing McCaffrey, whatever. Panthers are going to keep this game close, give the Chargers a run for their money.
So as a numbers line guy and all of that other stuff that you sometimes go a little too far that way, and you admit it, sometimes it's like, well, maybe the numbers don't tell the whole story of the line moving.
If I saw it go to 7, I wouldn't like it.
No. I'm saying this line hasn't budged.
Yeah, that makes me love Carolina more
and more.
And more.
And there's massive money here, massive amount of bets here on the Chargers, right? Massive amounts. I mean, you're seeing other games with 54% and the line moving 2.5 points. You're seeing a game with 65, 70.
This is a game where the books feel confident in their position.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's exactly what they're saying. It's kind of like that trading places, when they go to do the OJ, at the end. It's kind of like,
this is a game I'll be saying tomorrow. Why didn't I have it in my premium pick section? But I like to keep it to 5, so that's why it's excluded. So
all day, Chris. How about you? I was originally on the Chargers, but I think I'm Panthers here too. I just don't. And this one I'm actually just going by the numbers. It just the line's telling me to take the Panthers. Chris,
I'm gonna be on an island again here. I like the Chargers. I just don't like the loss of McCaffrey. I know. Brian said it's not an issue, but a lot of the offense runs through him, and if you make the Panthers a little bit more one-dimensional, trying to go through the air. I think that that pass rush for the Chargers is going to step up, especially the linebackers as well. I like the Chargers here a lot.
Well, sometimes you're unencumbered now, because you're not like leaning on that one crutch. Rod?
I'm going to go with Chris. Give me the Chargers here. I'm not laying with the Panthers.
I'll tell you, man.
I know that line. Me and Rod might have to bet this one.
I'm telling you what. I'm really excited about today because me and Brian are on a lot of the same teams.
Yeah, I love the 4.
And I'll tell you what. We're on to something here. We got the Denver. We might actually have something after 14 years of doing this crap. It's like we're on to something. Broncos against the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Broncos 6-point favorites in this thing. Or 6-point doggies at home. Tom Brady has a losing record against one team in the NFL. It's the Denver Broncos. Last time he played them, he smashed them. I mean, just smashed them like he hated them. It was in Denver. Maybe it was home. I don't remember. But it was a playoff game. They beat them by like 68-0 or something. I think it was 41-7 or something. It was something like that. It was a really, really bad beating. Brian, who do you like here?
Yeah, this is another line that screams something. But as far as the total goes, I like it to go under the number. I think we see Denver play some good, solid defense. I'm not sold that Brady has I mean, I think he's over the hill. I think he's. I don't like much scoring in this game. Give me the under.
Chris Ruffalo.
Yeah, give me the under as well. I think we see a lower scoring game. I just don't know if the Broncos do their part to contribute to the numbers. So give me the under.
Wow, that was smug. That was kind of like a backhanded, passive-aggressive type thing. How about you, Rod? It's kind of like
I'll take the Bucs. I'll take the Bucs here.
I don't see the Broncos
give me the Bucs to beat the Broncos, and they're and Driscoll at quarterback. Is that who's going to pitch the ball?
Yeah, the guy he covered on the road at Heinz last week. Almost won the game. They had a chance to win the game outright.
Oh yeah, he looked not too bad. I'll still take the Bucs.
Niners would kill for Jeff Driscoll right now. I mean, you guys.
In the game and he sees his career flashing before his eyes.
I mean,
a guy like.
I mean, you guys are enamored with the Florida Gators. Jeff Driscoll was a Gator, Anyways, we got the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Spread Knowledge likes Dallas here. This is a game that I like Seattle a lot. This is kind of like the Miami game against Florida State yesterday, where I didn't give out. It was number one. It's my Cane, so it's like I know I'm going to be jaded, so that's why I didn't give out the pick. If I give out Miami, I really like them. Like in the UAB game, I really liked them that night. It's like and the Notre Dame game a few years ago, Virginia Tech a few years ago. I mean, when I don't give them out often, but when I do, it's I really like them. But Seattle -5 here against the Cowboys. Seattle's not really a -5 type team. They're like a -1.5, -2 team. They win a lot of games. Russell Wilson's awesome, one of my very favorite players, right? I mean, he might be, if all things are equal, he might actually be my favorite player, right? And I certainly talk about him a lot and give him a lot of credit. I give him more MVP votes than he's ever gotten, right? But I don't know. I just don't love the number here. How about you, Brian?
Yeah, exactly. The number. Just like old Koken would say. This one,
the Sharps
like
are betting the number. We got to get
Koken. The Sharps have already gone. They've already bet this number and it's gone. Anyway, Dallas to me seems like the play. I could see an easy backdoor cover here coming with the Cowboys. I mean, I'm not all over it. I'm only betting like $50 on the Cowboys. This
is what this has written all over it. The backdoor cover. The Cowboys line up for the onside kick. That's it. I mean, I could just see it, and it's like
you can see Seattle being up by 12 or 11 late,
and then Seattle recovers the onside kick, and and it was all right, Chris.
It's still at 5.5, right? So I see it being 19-14, and then that's where the onside kick comes in, and then but I'm still gonna lay the points with the Seahawks here. I mean, Russell Wilson 9 touchdowns to 11 incompletions this year. That's not something I'm trying to go against. That's not something I'm trying to go against when you got a banged up Cowboys defense and that secondary hasn't been very good. So give me the Seahawks laying the points.
Rod Zwacky.
I'm going to take the under 56.5. I don't think we're going to see a big shootout here. It's not going to be as high a scoring game as what everybody's thinking here. Give me the under.
Matt Patricia's heading out to Arizona, and I said this in the video. I think it's pretty interesting. I think if you would have said when Cliff Kingsbury took his job and when Matt Patricia took his job, how many people would have bet that Cliff Kingsbury is the one that most people are thinking is going to go to the playoffs, and Matt Patricia is going to be the one who's going to be fired? You think Patricia makes the season, Brian?
I have my doubts.
Because it's a COVID year. The Lions the Ford family generally holds on to their coaches. They usually cling to them. So, I don't know. I mean, Jim Caldwell got extra time in Detroit. Wayne Fonts had how many passes? I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. He hasn't
this game, I think we see a strong Arizona defense as per usual, and I think the Lions play their best defensive game of the year, a game that they have to have. So, give me the under.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm on the Cardinals here. I think there's two teams heading in just completely different directions right now, and I like what Cliff Kingsbury's done with the Cardinals, and for the defense to be struggling the way that they are under a defensive head coach like Matt Patricia for the Lions. I'll take Arizona and lay the points here.
Rod, passive aggressive pick here again, or are you just gonna pick a side and say, well, I don't see them. I know Rod hates DeAndre Swift. He was like, I don't see DeAndre Swift contributing to the number here.
For me in this one, I'm going to take the over. I think we can see a whole pile of scoring. Might be a little one-sided scoring. I like the Cardinals here as well. Give me the Cardinals and the over.
I like the under. We got the Packers and the Saints, Sunday Night Football. The line from 6 all the way down to 3. The total from 51 to 53. You know, it's going to take basically almost 8 touchdowns to get the over here. I like the 8 touchdowns. I'm on the over. Brian?
Me and you are head-to-head on this one, and I'm crappy at total, so take it for what it's worth. I think Saints have one of the best defenses in the league. Packers.
What about the way they got
defensive play from them?
What about the way they kind of got picked apart last week? I know it was a penalty fest there in Vegas. I mean,
that was a bad spot for the Saints. Totally bad spot. Look what they did the first week against Tampa Bay. They didn't play lights out defense, but
Tampa Bay
played good enough.
But in that game, Tampa Bay looked out of sync. In that game, they looked way. I mean, it's gonna even though it's Tom Brady, it's not the same Tom Brady that it was 8 years ago. Tom Brady, like at the beginning of his career, he was super raw. Then he had that run where he kind of was the general and the guy. But we saw it ever since the dropped, and I know he's won a Super Bowl since, but ever since the dropped pass where they threw the pass to him in Philly, I mean against the Eagles in that Super Bowl, when he was wide open for basically what ended up being with the same play that the Eagles ran and got the Philly special on. Brady dropped a pass on a play like that he was wide open and hit him in the hands. He's looked older and older every single game since then, So I can't say it. I just think that, maybe the Saints defense isn't all it's cracked up to be,
We'll see. I mean, people had their doubts about Aaron Rodgers this year. He came out.
I wasn't one of them.
Absolutely on fire in the first 2.
Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers are the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL.
No. You mean currently? I don't know. I'd rather have Mahomes over Rodgers any day of the week, and I go with Lamar Jackson at this point, in Rodgers' career. But anyway, in this game, I like the under.
I'd way rather have Aaron Rodgers. There's no other guy that gets sacked like this many times. I mean, we'll spend a different show on this. Explain to you how what real football looks like as opposed to fantasy.
Well, if you're going to
football.
start a team, you're going to start a team with like a late 30s quarterback versus a guy in his,
It depends if I want to win now.
Well, Lamar Jackson's won pretty good with.
I mean, I loved it when they drafted Lamar Jackson. I was probably the only guy that liked that pick, But it's like you can't.
I couldn't believe when they stuck with Falco or whatever the hell.
If you gave Aaron Rodgers the team that Lamar Jackson had, that team wins the Super Bowl last year, easily.
Oh yeah,
easily. Lamar Jackson is a fumbler, and you're going to start to see this from him. He is a fumbler. He was a fumbler in high school. He was a fumbler in college, and he'll be a fumbler in the NFL too. It's like that's why they wanted to run so much. He is an amazing athlete. He's an amazing athlete. He's another one of those guys that somehow ended up at Louisville. Even though he's from Miami, right? It's like they write the big checks there. That's why they go through coaches so often. But for my money, Aaron Rodgers is a guy that can get. I mean, that game, the Golden Tate game, Aaron Rodgers was sacked 9 times in the first half, and it came down to that play. It took that to beat him. It's like that's straight guts, man. That is straight just guts. Chris, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. We haven't even mentioned Drew Brees here. I mean, he's just not even in the conversation, right?
Yeah. I'm still with you.
I think Drew Brees is. I think Drew Brees is overrated, personally.
Overrated.
Yes. Chris.
Overrated maybe a little much for me, but I can see where you're coming from with it. But as far as this game goes, I like the over as well. I think this is a game that gets close to 60 points, so I'll take the over.
Remember to smash the like button. I see 718 people watching the show. Be sure to hit the like button. Takes you half a second. Costs you nothing. Helps us a ton. I can even show you how to do it on here. Rod?
For me in this one, I'll take the Saints here. Give me the Saints here at home on Sunday night.
I like the over. All right. Let's bring in Jeter. He's been sitting here patiently waiting. We're going to trade some paint, let you guys take a break. Let's see what we got here. Oh, can wait till I bring Jeter in. Rod, hang on. Oh, well, Rod's getting up and walking out off the set. Okay.
Contract dispute. He walked off the set.
That was. I can't find Jeter on
There was nothing in my contract saying I couldn't get him to get a coffee.
I know. No, here it is. I'm looking for the scene. There it is. We bring in Jeff Jeter. We're going to trade some paint. We are in Vegas, right, this week?
Yes, sir.
All
That's
right.
We're in Las Vegas tonight.
So what do we got going on in the world of NASCAR?
We have the NASCAR Cup Series tonight in the South Point 400 there at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Going to be bumping right up next to the Sunday night game, but hey, that's what split screens are for. So, but anyway, looking forward to tonight's race. This is the second race in the of the three in the round of 12. So, be going to Big Bad Talladega next week, but this is going to be a good opportunity for some guys to kind of separate themselves, and especially those down there on the bubble there.
So how many miles is this race, or how many laps?
Oh yeah, so it's the South 400, 267 laps around the mile-and-a-half speedway here in Las Vegas. It's steeply banked. It's for a fast track. It's pretty bumpy too. I mean, it kind of saw last night during the Xfinity race just how bumpy it was. One of the drivers had a helmet cam on, and so anyway, it's the car can bounce around. It upsets it a lot, and so those that handle well here, especially through the turns, typically come out on top.
All right. So what do we like in this one? Because we got lot of ground to cover. Still, we got NBA.
Yeah. So as far as got some stuff like I said in the premium area, but a couple guys I do like both the Penske guys here tonight. Brad Keselowski plus 600 or Joey Logano plus 650. We'll lean more towards Brad over there over Logano, but both these two guys have had over the last 6 races at Las Vegas have the two best average finishes, Brad being 4th and Logano being at like 4.3. So these guys have an awesome chance to win tonight. They always bring fast cars here to Las Vegas, and so other than that,
what time is this race?
It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we'll see the first of it. It'll kind of run into it'll be running into the Sunday night game. So
and then so it's a night race.
It's going to be an late afternoon race for the Vegas time zone. But yeah, it's going to be for the East Coast. It'll be nighttime probably before they get finished. So.
A little different this year for this race. Normally there's a big parade right down the Vegas Strip and all kinds of stuff like that. So just a little different atmosphere. It's been different for everything, and hopefully next year it's all back to normal. So what are your picks here for this one?
As far as on the free side, I like Brad Keselowski. If you're wanting an outright winner, Brad Keselowski plus 600. And I also like, or you can switch it up and go with Joey Logano at plus 650. I like both those two guys tonight. I mean, like I said, they consistently bring fast cars here to Las Vegas, and They've got both of them are on top as far as average finish goes of the last 6 here at Vegas. So both are averaging around 4th place finishes. So it's kind of hard to go wrong, and especially when you've got, Harvick as a favorite tonight. He's already locked himself into the next round. And I expect a good run from Harvick tonight, but, starting on the pole position and all that good stuff, he should probably get an early lead. But, he doesn't have to go out there and race his rear end off to, for anything tonight, so. But other than that, one head-to-head matchup I really like tonight. I like Chase Elliott at -114 over Kyle Busch. Listening to Kyle Busch's press conference after Bristol last week, and Bristol was a shot to really pick up a victory here in the 2020 playoffs. I mean, he even admitted it. It's like he's not run good at Vegas, for a little bit of time now, and so he literally said, "This is where we may get cut for the playoffs." So, when you hear that from a driver, it's like the confidence isn't there. And so when I'm getting Chase Elliott at -114 over that, I'll be on that all day. And other than that, live show pick only. I like this in a group bet. I don't do a lot of group bets, but I'll do one here today. I like Alex Bowman at +240 over Eric Almirola, Kurt Busch, and Eric Jones today. So,
all right. There it is. Jeff Jeter, thank you for joining us. Congrats to you on your 1-0 record for your Tennessee Volunteers. This has been a little bit of a heater they're on. I think that's, 7 games in a row. You got an NFL pick for everybody out there? You want to give?
Yeah, if I hate to go against my Titans today, but I do like that Minnesota money line today. It just seems like one of those spots where, Minnesota's got to do something. They got to get going. I think they can do it. It just seems like one of these spots. It's the way the NFL works some days. Just when you think, the Titans could go in and win, but I do like Minnesota on the money line for what it's worth. It's worth about as much as that parquet squeeze butter. But anyway.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Jeff. We'll see you next week. It's the NASCAR final weekend next week, right? So.
No, it's a cutoff week next week at Talladega for the Cup Series, and so. We'll be cutting down to a round of 8. So, we're going to get into some big old prices next weekend. So,
all right. Well, we'll see you next week then.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jeff. Of course, that was Jeff Jeter from the shadows of Bristol Motor Speedway. We are back. Chris has had the whole omelet station set up during the break, during his little break back there.
I was watching it.
Yeah, I was watching it too. Pretty exciting stuff. But speaking about exciting stuff, we got NBA playoffs coming up here. We got the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics. Game 6. The Lakers obviously are in the finals. Lakers Celtics is what the NBA always seems to go back on. Whenever they have the opportunity. The Heat were getting 3.5. Now they're +3. The public action is on the Heat here to close it out. I was on the Lakers last night. Rare pick for me, but I had to do it. Brian, any opinion here in the NBA?
Oh, yeah, I like to keep my games to 5, so I couldn't do this, but I do like the Boston Celtics today as I look to extend my 7-1-1 NBA playoff last 9 picks. Take the Boston Celtics. It's going to go under, too. I like Game 6 unders.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Heat and the points. I think this is going to be another game that's decided by the last possession, and if the Heat don't win it outright, it's going to come close. So I'll take Miami and the points.
Rod?
I'm going to take the under here. First to 100 wins.
We didn't cover the KC and the Ravens game because it's not today. We only cover games that are today. We have other shows. I do the Ask Mitch show where people can ask whatever they want. On these shows, we cover just the day's action. So that game is tomorrow. So we'll be on tomorrow's show. And actually, it's a light schedule, so it's going to be a big feature. I think tomorrow we'll probably go over the Major League Baseball playoffs. Probably preview each of the different series. I believe we'll have Monday night. I believe there's a Monday night football game. I think 2 teams.
Monday night game of the year tomorrow.
Oh. Is it your Monday night game of the year?
I'm feeling it. I haven't made it official yet, but I'm loving one side tomorrow. I'm loving it.
And there's also we'll definitely have a hockey tomorrow night too.
And there'll be hockey tomorrow night too. Lightning can go suck it. I like the over in this game. Rod, did you give a pick here for the Heat Celtics?
Yeah, I took the under. Give me the under 214. First to 100 wins.
First to 100 wins. I like the over. You got Major League Baseball. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but is there anything here that we should be looking for? I mean, I love the Royals, right? With Jordan Zimmerman's pitching for the Tigers. You want to go through all the games, or Austin Voth's pitching?
I'm taking the Nationals. Give me Voth.
Let's go.
Lobbing me up
you know
some ball. Give me some ball.
Let's go through it. If people want to listen, they can. If you guys want to go, make sure you just smash
we can rapid
fire leans.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Royals Tigers. Brian.
You got to fade Zimmerman. Give me the Royals.
Chris.
Royals run line.
Rod. Chris is doing his word jumble. Rod.
Everybody's fading Zimmerman. Give me the Tigers.
I'm on the Royals. Marlins Yankees.
Give me more Urena. Marlins.
Chris.
Yankees run line.
Rod.
Yankees run line. They don't win this game. They lose second place.
Marlins.
Give me Yankees run line.
Marlins for me. Washington against the Mets. Over 8.5 for me. Brian.
Over 8.5 for me also.
Chris.
Yeah, I'm on the over.
Rod. Consensus?
Give me a little both here.
The Voth.
Yep.
Chris, would you like to do your Voth one? It's your last chance of the season. It's your last chance of the season.
Give me a cup of Voth.
Oh gosh. Adrian Morejon's pitching for the Padres. I got the Giants. Brian, what do you think?
Give me the Giants.
How many balls hit that McCovey Cove today? How many home runs? I like the over in home runs in this one. Chris?
Enough to fill a cup of Voth. Give me the over here as well.
Rod?
Give me the Giants here on the run line.
Keegan Aiken was a guy we liked. Now I hate him. Tanner Roark and the Blue Jays up against the Orioles. Brian?
Give me the Orioles.
Give me the over.
Give me the Jays on the run line.
I like the over. Dodgers Angels. Brian? One more time?
I gotta stick with my boy, the Angels. Gotta finish it out with the Angels like I came in.
Chris?
Yeah, give me the Dodgers. I'm near Sandoval.
Rod?
Angels. That's nice 2-1 on your money. Give me the Angels.
I'll take the Angels. Got Braves Red Sox. Brian?
Braves.
Chris?
Yep, Braves.
Rod?
Over.
Over for me as well. We got the Rays against the Phillies. Rays all day. The Phillies are just sad, 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 sad. Someone should get fired, and it should be everybody. Brian?
The GM should get fired, but Phillies all day here. They win when it's... Yeah, I bet the Brewers will win too, so this win will be meaningless. Take the Phillies.
Phillies.
Yeah, I'll take the Rays
today.
I'm on the Rays all day. Fleming. Madison Bumgarner and Kyle Freeland going at it. Rockies Diamondbacks. Brian?
Give me the over.
Love the
Give
under.
me the Rockies.
I'll take the under. Rod?
I'll take Arizona. Somebody gets a win this year.
Frankie Montas and Marco Gonzalez in the A's Mariners. Seems like these. Is it me or did these teams play each other 60 times this season? I mean, it's like they played each other at least 28 times. Brian?
Give me the Mariners here, value.
You seem very excited about this one. Chris, how about you?
Giving the Mariners.
Rod?
Mariners.
Make sure you hit the like button, everyone who's watching this. This is our last baseball roundup of the season here. The regular season is ending today. It was a fun little season, right? I liked it. 60. I think you could go 90, but I think you keep it in that 100 range, whatever. I think we're onto something.
I think the last week felt like every other baseball season in the last week. We're just
You could double the amount, make it like 120, and for the season.
Well, the NBA is going to be going in the summer against it, so we don't need them anymore. How do you like, Rod? Did I skip you, Chris?
I took Seattle.
Chris, did I skip you?
No, I'm in Seattle.
Too.
I'm on Seattle. We got Cal Quantrill and JT Brewbreaker as the Indians host the Pirates. I like the Pirates. Brian.
Give me the Pirates.
Vito.
Yeah, I'll take the Pirates as well.
Rod.
I'll take the over. Give me the over 8 here.
What was the song that was playing in the club when Vito was dancing? We got to find that out.
It was more. I think it was more like a beat, like. It was
Chris,
a beat.
what was it again?
I'm declining to answer that question.
I wait for our Halloween show where we'll all be dressed up.
White Sox, Cubs, Lopez.
Well, my costume.
White Sox, Cubs. Brian?
White Sox.
Chris?
Yeah, give me the White Sox as well.
Rod?
Give me the over.
I like the over as well. We got the Reds and the Twins. I think this is going to be the bullpen game of bullpen games. Brian?
Give me the over here.
I like the under.
If it's,
Chris?
if it's a bullpen game with that Reds bullpen, give me the over.
I like the Twins. Give me the Twins.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. So someone's saying like Miami is the most improved team. They're vastly improved. Vastly improved the Hurricanes. They're not Clemson ready.
That's why I like to go against the team when everybody loves Miami.
Right. Well, they've been the primetime game the last 2 weeks. They've been the ABC game the last 2 weeks in a row. They played the Louisville defense, which is a sieve, and they played Florida State, who lost at home to Georgia Tech as a favorite. I mean, this is let's call it what it is. And I mean, I'm a Canes fan, so all three of their games have been in primetime. The UAB was a Thursday night game, right? And then they have these other two games. It's like, I understand. They're improved. They're turning the ball over less, right? The easiest way to get better is to turn the ball over less. They also have a good quarterback, which I said at the beginning of the season, but I just think that it's too much. Anyways, let's get to the real business at hand here. Chris Ruffalo, let's talk about your birdcage for today. Give us your 3-team parlay lock. And better
You
have
forgot a baseball game, not to cut you off. You forgot one baseball game.
Oh, Cardinals, Brewers. Who do you like?
Cardinals.
So if the Brewers win, are they in? Is that what
If
happened?
the Brewers lose, the Phillies and them, I think, play a playoff game.
Yeah, playoff game, yeah.
If the Brewers
Maybe the
lose,
I want to see a playoff.
if the Brewers lose and the Phillies win, has to happen.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, we didn't do Houston versus the Rangers.
Rangers and the Cardinals.
Rangers, Cardinals. Chris?
Cardinals and over.
Chris is like, I don't know what he's doing over there. But I don't know. You just don't seem to be looking into the camera today. Rod?
I like the over. Give me the over. Pile of runs here.
Okay. And which one? Houston, Texas, or the Cardinals, Brewers?
Houston, Texas, over. And give me the Brewers.
Brewers for me. And Houston, Texas. Who's pitching? Is it Jordan Lyles? Over. All day. And then some. Though I had the over in that game yesterday, and you see the catch they made to take away my over. It was that kind. I had some really bad beats yesterday. I had a good day, but I had some really bad beats too. How about the refs in that Army-Cincinnati game trying to screw us out of the cover? Oh my God, man!
That first play of the game where they fumbled and the Army took it back, I'm like, oh my God.
Well, how about how about like in the last minute when Army's going for the back door, they call the quarterback out of bounds when he's clearly tackled inbounds, and they had no timeout, so the clock would have been running. Instead, they stopped the clock. Then they call 2 pass interferences on Cincinnati. One of them, he didn't even touch the guy. The ball did hit him in the back, but he was like this, but he didn't even touch the receiver. The ball hits him in the back. Luke Fickell, you could see the F word coming through the thing. Chris, throw me out of parlay here. Give us a bird cage. Make me a winner, because what we could do is we can go to that. I'm going to place all these at that online book that closed out my maximum. And we'll hit them with a couple bird cages instead.
Oh man, a little bit of pressure on me.
They're going to throw me the hell out of there. They're going to throw me the hell out of there.
Give me the Patriots laying the 6. Seattle Seahawks -5.5, and the Arizona Cardinals -6.5.
Rod.
For me, my birdcage, I'm going to go with baseball. Give me the Nationals on the money line, the Angels on the money line, and the Brewers on the money line. Parlay that up, you get a nice 3-team birdcage there.
Brian.
Simple 2-game parlay to get you paid, like my good buddy would say. Take the Texans, take the Panthers, parlay it together. Nice hit right there.
Some late line movement here. The Giants game down to 3. The Patriots up to 7. And the Texans at 3.5, as Rod said earlier. And the Bears down to 2.5 in Atlanta. I will take, and the Cowboys is 5.5 now against Seattle.
Yeah, 5.5 went up.
I'll say, just for giggles, we'll take the Washington football team, and I still think Eskimos would be a good name for them. It's like, it was when they were getting rid of the name. I know a lot of people didn't listen to them. We had a lot of fun with that. It was like, what should we call them? And well, maybe we should do what Edmonton did. Yeah, I like Eskimos. Dan Snyder. Yeah, I like Eskimos too. All right. I like the Washington football team plus the points. Though I do have a money line on them as well. Washington football team plus the points. I like the New England Patriots minus a touchdown. And I'm going to parlay them with the Eagles. So, you know what? I'm also going to throw in the Giants and make it a 4-team parlay. Giants, Redskins, Eagles, and the Patriots. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Thanks, guys, for all the picks and for everyone that joined us to watch our live show. Definitely, the more people that tune in, the more likes we see. It definitely helps us get through the time a little quicker. These weekend shows are running a little longer. We'll probably have to do something with the timing, and we'll definitely do something with the timing when daylight savings changes, because it changes my schedule over here. So, but we don't change. Our time doesn't change, so it would throw everything back an hour for me. It would make it, instead of, no one would want me to sleep till 6 o'clock in the morning. That would be crazy. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. It's going to be an awesome day. I will be here at halftime of the early games and also at halftime of the evening game, the last game, the Packers Saints game. I'll be here at halftime, so be sure to come back and join me. Sign up for your notifications, do whatever it is that you have to do. And, yeah, it's another great show. And, of course, we'll try and act more professional tomorrow. Have a great day.
Have a good day.
SportsChatPlace.com and PickDogs.com here with your halftime show. Of course, we're live during halftimes of NFL games. Every NFL Sunday for the early games, we meet at halftime. And then at halftime of every primetime NFL game. We generally don't do the late NFL games on Sundays, but it's not out of the possibilities, that's for sure. But a lot of interesting stuff going on. lot of bad numbers for if you're on certain sides of games that teams are on, as far as things go. It looks like the Vikings aren't going to get the touchdown here. It looks like they're going to set up for a field goal attempt as we head to the half. But, of course, like I said, we're here all the time on halftimes. The early games, the primetime games, you pretty much name it. Yeah, it's not the Titans' defense. It's Tannehill. The Titans have 3 field goals. I mean, when you're in the red zone and have 3 field goals to show for it, that is the problem, And also, now the Titans are on a bad number as well. Throw that in. As the Texans trying to close out the half and either take the lead or tie it up. But plenty of action left today. Of course, I don't know. It seems like the YouTube notifications are super slow these days. Hey, Indy, what's happening? It seems like the YouTube notifications are just super slow these days, right? Let's just put on this light over here. On. Let's flick maybe this one on. There we go. A little bit of lighting here to get everything going. It kind of just rushed in here. Didn't realize that Bills-Rams game, the only game that's really kind of out of hand, went to the half. Just a lot to be decided. It just seems, that nothing really looks solid here. The Bears just missed a wide open wide receiver. Would have been a touchdown there. And it is a touchdown for the Texans, who will go to the half more than likely with the lead. Washington and Cleveland now at the half as well. Do I still think Bills-Rams stays under? I don't know. Over under 23 for the Bills-Rams. It's a hard one. So we're hearing the Twitch notifications are reliable. Yeah, the YouTube notifications apparently still going out. A lot of people joining us on Facebook, which is great. Periscope as well. Still trying to get to these halftime lines. A little slow loading. But so far, the Titans here looking to get something going before the half. Ryan Tannehill really, this is the worst he's looked for the Titans in quite some time. I don't do WNBA, not one of my sports, not going to pretend. Anyways, trying to get the lines up for the late games. For the half times. Well, they might score first and goal for the Bengals with minute 39 left to go in the half. How much time is left in this Titans game? As Ryan Tannehill just really struggling. I mean, this is how he was on the Dolphins. I got hammered in the YouTube comments for my comments about Ryan Tannehill, but he looks very much the same that we've seen him in the past. Very much the same. Try this again. And let's see what we got here for second half lines. Anything loading? Here we go. We've got the Rams minus 3.5 in the second half against the Bills. I don't love that. I like Washington plus the 1.5 against Cleveland. That'll be our first halftime pick here. Tannehill's just been awful. I mean, he's just been awful. We've seen him before like this. And now the Titans punted out of the end zone. Yep, touchdown Bengals. Take a 10-6 lead there. I do like the Washington second half. I think the biggest surprise here is just how much of a number the Bills are doing on the Rams. To me, that's the biggest surprise out there. It's like the Falcons have had a lot of opportunities, but that's just the Falcons, right? I mean, this is just how they are. Just they don't seem to connect all that often on those big plays. They did connect on one. And Matt Ryan, anytime he steps up like that in the pocket, is bad news. Khalil Mack dragging him to the turf. The flag on this touchdown for the Raiders for Hunter Renfrow. We'll have to see what it is. Yep, holding. Nope, it's good. It's holding on the defense. I can't get this to load. Oh, well. I like Washington so far. Of the games that have gone to the half, Washington plus 1.5. I see it at some places, and I see it plus 0.5 at other places. Anyway, you slice it. I like Washington. Titans and Vikings going to the half. This is a tough one. I have the Titans in that game, and I feel like I am in trouble. Well, the Eagles have looked bad all season. Why do I think Washington is going to have a better half? I think they're the better team. Touchdown, the Niners score. So we go to 16-6 in that one. And let's see. Houston is plus 3 against Pittsburgh in the second half. Pittsburgh is minus 2.5 at other books. Minus 3, minus 2.5 range against the Texans. Of course, that one's 21-17, Houston. The one I'd like to see is the Bears. Second half. I think that's going to be where the action is. I think the Bears, we've seen the bad Trubisky. And Trubisky's usually good one half, bad the other. And we've seen pretty much the bad here. Yep, the Raiders TD was called back. That's weird. Oh, they're saying that he wasn't in. He's totally in. Oh, he didn't have possession. They're saying that he was bobbling still. Oh, they're under the hood. Yeah, Baker Mayfield is good. I'm missing it. Then don't bet it. I like the Bears second half. Definitely like Bears second half. And let's see what we got. Still looking at lines coming in. What are you guys looking at? We don't I didn't give out any halftime premium bets. So right now, if the games ended right now, I'd be 1-2. So no, it's not so good, but I didn't give out any halftime bets, that's for sure. That Washington went from 1.5 to +0.5 now. I can't stand that when people are like, "Oh my God!" It's like I didn't give out any first half bets in the premiums. I don't give those out. Give full game. I think we stick with the under in the Giants 49ers game. Just keep hitting the under there. It stinks I can't get my normal place where I get the lines, which makes it easy. It's just spinning. I would like to believe that. I think the Titans win. I don't think they. I don't know if they cover. So I think it would be Titans minus the 3. Titans minus 3. A lot of money coming in on Washington. That's for sure. A lot of money coming in on them. Let's see. Titans are now plus 5.5 for the game. So, I mean, I like them to win the game, that's for sure. So I'm on that one. I'm struggling because my computer is a lot of the sites that I use are kind of bouncing around right now. They're just spinning. Got, let's see. Tennessee still +3 against, or Tennessee -3 against the Vikings. I like that one. I think that Tennessee had a lot of chances. They just squandered them. And the defense, I don't think they could play any worse than that. Pittsburgh now -2.5 in some spots against the Texans. Seems to be all the money coming in on the Texans here. I thought the Texans pretty much handled them there. The one I'm really interested in is the Bears. And that's coming in as a pick'em. The Bears. Now, they're either +0.5 at -130 or pick'em at -115. I really like Bears second half. I said if given a choice, I'm not betting that under second half. I love it when people they ask me on something and then it's like, it's not really something I want to bet, but it's, I kind of just do it. And then you guys hold it like it's a pick I'm giving. It's not. That's an opinion. It's an opinion all the way because I do not like the play. It's not something I'm betting personally. My favorite second half bet is Washington, but the game's already started. My second favorite is the Bears. And here's Haskins scrambling. else we got? Definitely like I think the Bears. It's the Falcons. And the Falcons are a team that stumbles and bumbles, while the Bears, they're a team that's their game. Yeah, the Giants are terrible. Terrible, terrible. So is Cleveland. And so is Philly, who leads 13-10 against Cincinnati now. Just looking for a line on this Bears. The Bears. What else do you guys want? Let's see. Yeah, I think Washington could win this outright. This is exactly like the game against Philly. Exactly. The Falcons can easily go 0-3. Easily. What a second half speed betting. I don't know. Both going to lose. Went against you today, Mitch, but love your picks, especially dog of the day. I have no idea. Both going to lose. Yeah, okay. What's your record in the NFL this season? Let's see it documented. Everyone's good until they're documented. Yeah, okay. Oh, spread betting. Betting against the spread. It's pretty standard what we do, right? And the Bears is now, plus a half. I show them plus a half, but minus 141. It's a little rich for me. I'm doing my bets too, as you can see, while I'm doing this with you guys. That's okay. People go against all my picks all the time. They do it all the time. It happens all the time. I don't care. I'm not offended. It's your money. You guys bet on who you want. Patriots are slaughtering Las Vegas in this game from what I can see. They've been dominating. See what else we got. So a few games of now are back from the half. Washington has already punted. Buffalo in the red zone here against the Rams. We got the Texans ready to kick off. We'll stay here for a little bit. Yep, I like the Bears. Second half, I'm not going to waver from it. Yeah, Buffalo is playing really well. I don't think so. I think the Texans I loved the Texans today. That was one of my premium picks. I like the Bears second half. And there goes any other questions? Cincinnati +3. I don't know. I like the Eagles that game. Texans and Steelers. Still bet it in-game live. Rams feeling the jet lag? I don't think so. I think they're just playing against a good team. And that's just part of it. Baker Mayfield takes a lick and they throw a penalty, which is ridiculous. It's like the penalties these days is like you breathe on the quarterback. Actually, it's on Cleveland. Must be a hold or intentional grounding. Oh, maybe I just got the ref mixed up in the direction that he's standing. I have no idea. Well, it's still at the half that we can even bet. Patriots, I like against the Raiders. Houston-Pittsburgh is back from the half. The Giants is a pick against San Francisco. I don't like that game. And I like Philly against the Bengals. All right. Well, that wraps up the halftime show. I will see you guys tonight at halftime of Sunday Night Football. Have a great rest of the NFL Sunday until I see you. And all that kind of good stuff. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe to our channel.